Go from there at 24. Once you get released, where do you go from there?
Well, I got out, and the people I was working for, hit me up. They blessed me. They gave me a brand new truck. I think they gave me about 15, 20 G's. I can't remember. It was a big chunk of money. I wanted to change, so I used a little bit of that money to go to like CDL school, and I was gonna like change my life. And
How does the cartel get a hold of you once you get out though?
they knew where I was going, back to Chicago, my neighborhood. I mean, all the same people that I was working for were still over there.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with Valerie, Kato's wife, one of the twins' wives also.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we'll get into that later.
Okay.
But she was the one that knew everything that was going on with me and everything, so she let them know I was home and everything. They took care of me. They blessed me. And that's when I went to CDL school, and I started looking for a job, but nobody wanted to give me a job because of my record. And I ended up back in the game again. And when I went to go see my boss, he was like, with open arms. He was like, let's get back to work. Because I was always, even as a little kid, I was always like hustling. I always tell people I'm the one that invented Uber. When I was in high school, you would beat me, and I would go deliver a dime bag to you. And that's what I did to get around. I used to drive around in my little Regal. You would beat me, and I was 14, 15 years old doing this. You know what I mean? Just I would break down a whole pound, sell it on dime bags, and I was always hustling. I always had to make my money. I always had to do. I had to survive.
Yeah. God damn. At 14 and 15.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
I grew up too fast, man.
Yeah. Man. Okay. And so once you get back in the game at 24 and they hook you up, they set you up to start going back to Mexico or doing what now?
No, I started moving, keys. It's a whole different ball game when you start moving, 10, 20, 50 at a time. And I always tell people it's almost like I became like a millionaire overnight, because I got the big house out in the suburbs. I had a restaurant, Mexican restaurant. I married into this family. I married the lady to get into a family that was plugged, because I knew it was going to help me with my distribution and stuff like that. So I've always, I guess you could say I've always had like something behind my madness. Every decision I made was always something behind it. You know what I mean? So I started pushing big weight, and that's when I hooked up with Kato. At the time, Kato was messing with the music business, and DMX was in the mix now. He had some rappers, so we were always at the studio in downtown Chicago, and X was always coming around, and it's just started evolving into that whole thug rap game, I guess you might say. And it got out of hand again, where I was moving a lot of weight. A lot of my own boys were like robbing me, trying to kill me. I used to be a Satan disciple. That's the first gang that I really joined and everything. But they robbed me. They tried to kill me. So I ended up turning Latin King to get back at them. And that's where I got really close with Kato and DMX and that whole everything, Fat Joe. All that came into the workings, the videos, all that stuff. But it got really bad, man, where one day, I want to say they tried to kill me 8 times in one day. And I told Kato, I was like, you know what, dog? I'm done, man. I'm gonna move to Arizona. And everything that had happened to me as a kid and moving into my teenage years and everything, it was already taking a toll on me. I could tell mentally I wasn't there. I had a lot of demons. And he's like, yeah, just move to Arizona. X got a house out there, keep an eye on him, and it'll be good. You'll stay out of trouble, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, right, I should. And it was the worst decision I could have ever made, man. I mean, I got to Arizona, and since I didn't have none of my crew watching out for me, I got really hooked on drugs. I started smoking crack a lot. I started hanging out with X a lot. We were just no good for each other. And in Arizona, it's a different lifestyle because there's a strip club on every corner. There's like, I've never seen so many strip clubs in my life. Yeah. And it was just a whole different lifestyle that started feeding a lot of the demons that I had. Because, you know, when me being raped as a kid made me very sexual, at a very young age. I started having sex, you know, with a lot of women throughout my life. And the strip club fed that. So I became a Phoenix Rough Rider. I started riding bikes in Phoenix. Started moving weight again. Started dating strippers. And started going to prison over there. I caught a bunch of DUIs, running from the cops. It just all started catching up again.
Golly. Man. Does that life, like, because just you talking about it, like, just to think about it is fucking exhausting to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, having the people that you're cool with to try to kill you, like, all that shit, and be like, damn, who do you even fucking trust? You know what I mean? How did you even, like, manage that mentally, or did you manage it mentally?
I didn't, bro. I didn't. That's why, like, I was a heavy alcoholic. I was a heavy drug user. I was just used to immediate gratification. Like, if I felt good for 5 minutes, I'll be good with that.
You hung on to that.
Yeah, that's it. Like, the rest of the day could be bad. But as long as I had 5 minutes that were good, I was good. And I kind of learned to survive like that. But I really didn't realize how much of a toll it was really taking on me until, like, recently, before my walk.
Okay. Yeah. And I want to get into this, man, because DMX was, like, one of my fucking heroes. You know what I mean? You got any stories, like, you could tell about the dog, man?
I mean, he was a real solid dude, man. I got nothing bad to say about him, man. Like, he loved his fans. We would go to strip clubs, and he would sit out there and perform for them all night, sing, you know, take pictures with them. He loved his people, you know what I mean? I had a lot of respect for him, a lot of love, and it was constant just, I mean, it was party. I mean, it was kind of everywhere we went with him. Yeah. You know, it was me, Tito. Tito, I think, is from New York. He was the president of the Rough Riders. KB's from Chicago. He was the vice president. But it was us three, always with X. And we would go to the strip clubs. And you know, just being with him, that got us, like, the VIP package. You know what I mean? So, like, strippers, drugs, I mean, you name it. It was always a crazy lifestyle. Like, they say the whole video, the rap video stuff. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's true, man. It's the big life. Yeah. It's the big life.
Yeah. Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.